Have you ever heard whispers from ancient ruins? Not just echoes of history, but chilling stories that defy all explanation. Today, we're not just visiting old stones, we're stepping into the shadows of places where the past refuses to die, uncovering real-life horror stories that have been etched into the very fabric of these ancient sites. Forget fiction. These are the tales that will keep you up at night, wondering what secrets lie buried just beneath your feet. So, dim the lights and prepare to journey with us into the heart of a darkness that time could not erase. Our first stop is the ancient city of Pompeii. Frozen in time by the catastrophic eruption of Mount Vesuvius in 79 AD. We all know the story of the volcanic ash that preserved the city. But what many don't know are the unsettling encounters reported by visitors and staff. Long after the excavation began, imagine walking through these silent, cobbled streets, surrounded by the plaster casts of the volcano's victims, their final moments of agony immortalized forever. It's an emotionally heavy place, to say the least. But it gets stranger. Security guards patrolling the vast, empty city at night have reported hearing disembodied whispers in Latin, the sound of sandals slapping on stone as if someone is running, and even the faint cries of children echoing from the hollowed-out homes. One particularly unnerving account comes from an archaeologist who was working late in the House of the Faun. He described a sudden, bone-chilling drop in temperature, followed by the distinct feeling of a small hand grabbing his own, only to turn and find absolutely no one there. These experiences are so common that many locals refuse to enter the ruins after dusk. Are these the residual energies of souls caught in a moment of unimaginable terror, forever replaying their final, desperate moments? Or is it something else? A presence awakened by the disturbance of their final resting place? Now, let's travel from the Roman Empire to the dense jungles of Central America, to the Mayan city of Tikal in Guatemala. Towering pyramids pierce the jungle canopy, remnants of a civilization that was incredibly advanced, yet mysteriously vanished. Tikal is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, famous for its breathtaking sunrises and howler monkeys. But as the sun sets, a different side of the city emerges. The local guides, descendants of the Maya, speak of La Llorona, the weeping woman, whose mournful cries are said to drift from the North Acropolis. But the truly unique horror of Tikal is linked to its ritualistic past. The Mayans practiced human sacrifice, and many of the altars and temples you can visit were once sites of these bloody rituals. Tourists and guides have reported seeing shadowy figures, dressed in what appears to be ancient Mayan attire, moving silently along the tops of the pyramids, particularly Temple 4. These apparitions are often seen at twilight, looking out over the jungle before vanishing into thin air. One of the most famous stories involves a group of campers who awoke in the middle of the night to the rhythmic sound of drums, a sound that seemed to come from the Great Plaza itself. Terrified, they stayed in their tents, listening as the drumming grew louder, accompanied by chanting, before abruptly stopping just before dawn. When they emerged, there was no trace of anyone. Could these be spiritual guardians of the city? Or are they the restless spirits of those who were sacrificed, forever bound to these sacred grounds? Our next journey takes us to the windswept Orkney Islands of Scotland, to a Neolithic settlement older than Stonehenge and the Great Pyramids, Skara Brae. This prehistoric village was buried by sand for millennia until a storm uncovered it in 1850. It offers an incredible window into life 5,000 years ago, with stone beds, dressers, and hearths still intact. It seems cozy, but a deep sense of unease permeates the site. Staff members who lock up at night have spoken of a persistent feeling of being watched from the dark, empty doorways of the stone huts. The most chilling tale from Skara Brae is that of the Guardian. Several visitors, particularly those who have shown disrespect by touching the ancient structures or taking souvenirs, have reported a terrifying experience. They describe seeing a tall, gaunt figure emerge from the largest house, House 7. It doesn't walk, but glides towards them, its face a featureless shadow. The figure never makes a sound, but its presence is said to be overwhelming. instilling a primal fear that sends people fleeing in panic. One park ranger, a skeptic by nature, confessed that while on his nightly patrol, he saw a light flickering inside one of the sealed-off dwellings. Thinking it was a trespasser, he approached cautiously, only to see the light extinguish and hear a low, guttural growl that seemed to come from the very stones around him. He left and has never looked back. Who or what is still protecting this ancient village after 5,000 years? From ancient villages to ancient catacombs, our next tale brings us beneath the streets of Paris. The Paris catacombs hold the skeletal remains of over 6 million people. It's an ossuary created in the late 18th century to deal with the city's overflowing cemeteries. As you descend into the damp, narrow tunnels, the air grows cold and thick. The walls are lined with neatly stacked femurs and skulls, arranged in macabre, almost artistic patterns. It's a somber, humbling experience. But for some, it's been genuinely terrifying. There are miles of unmapped, off-limits tunnels known as the catacombs interdicts. Urban explorers, or cataphiles, who illegally venture into these parts have countless horror stories. One popular legend is the Lost Man video. In the 90s, a group of cataphiles supposedly found a video camera deep in the labyrinth. The footage shows a man, clearly disoriented and scared, exploring the tunnels. The further he goes, the more panicked he becomes. He starts running, the camera shaking wildly, and the sound of his ragged breaths fill the audio. At the end, he drops the camera and runs off into the darkness, never to be seen again. To this day, no one knows who he was or what he was running from. Other explorers report hearing whispers that seem to lead them deeper into the maze, or seeing strange lights that lure them off the known paths, only to find themselves hopelessly lost. Is it just disorientation? Or is there a malevolent force at play in the city of the dead? Finally, we head to the windswept plains of Ireland to Leap Castle, often called the most haunted castle in the world. Its history is a long and brutal one, filled with bloodshed and betrayal. But the horror isn't just in its human history, it's in what that history awakened. The castle is infamous for a creature known simply as the Elemental. It's not a ghost of a former resident, but something much older and darker, a primal entity said to have been drawn to the castle by the centuries of violence. Those who have encountered it describe a hunched, sheep-sized creature with a decomposing face and black, empty sockets for eyes. But the worst part is the smell that precedes it, a foul odor of a rotting corpse and sulfur. Mildred Darby, a resident in the early 20th century, wrote extensively about her terrifying encounter with the Elemental, an experience that she claimed haunted her for the rest of her life. During renovations, workers also discovered an oubliette, a small room where prisoners were dropped through a trapdoor to be forgotten. It was filled with 3 cartloads of human skeletons. The sheer volume of suffering in this place seems to have made it a beacon for the paranormal. The current owners report nightly paranormal activity, but have learned to coexist with the castle's many spirits, though they remain ever watchful for the sinister presence of the Elemental. These ruins and castles hold more than just historical artifacts. They are containers of intense human emotion, of life, death, and unspeakable tragedy. Are these stories just tricks of the mind in spooky places? Or are they proof that some things, and some souls, can never truly leave? What do you think? Have you ever had a creepy experience at an ancient site? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for joining us on this unsettling journey into the past. If you enjoyed uncovering these chilling tales, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more explorations into the world's most mysterious and haunted locations. Stay curious, and maybe sleep with a light on tonight.